There's nothing more frustrating than the feeling of lying awake in your bed after what seems like hours of trying to fall asleep. With each toss and turn, you feel more frustrated and more stressed out than ever. You begin to dread the fact that you might have insomnia, and you worry about how you're going to get through everything you're supposed to do the next day. You're not alone in this situation. So many people have been there. I have been there myself, and I understand not only how frustrating it can be, but it can actually lead you down a road of sleep anxiety. Luckily, I was able to get myself out of this situation, and I wanted to share with you here some tips that I use in these situations when I just can't fall asleep. The first thing you want to remember is something not to do. That is to not stress about the situation. Remember, not getting enough sleep on one night or even 2 nights is not a big deal. It's not going to affect your performance during the day, and trust me, you'll be able to get through everything you wanted to do. If you just close your eyes, relax, and lie there peacefully, even if you don't fall asleep, you might get more rest than you expect. On the other hand, if you get super stressed out about it, that's not going to help you fall asleep, but instead it's going to detract from the peaceful relaxation that you could otherwise get. So what are some things that you can do in this situation? The first thing I really recommend is to try out some breathing exercises. You can search these up on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of different variations of them, but I recommend 2 different types of breathing exercise. The first one is just to take 2 deep breaths in and out and watch how that relaxes your whole body. You want to inhale as fully as you can, and then you want to exhale, same thing, as fully as you can. You can even move your shoulders up and down a little bit. Make sure to feel that full relaxation when you breathe out and let out all your stresses. The second breathing exercise I really like is kind of just a breathing meditation. You close your eyes and you just kind of take notice of how you're breathing naturally. You don't have to judge yourself or force yourself to breathe a certain way. Instead, just observe how you're breathing to see if you're breathing too lightly, too heavily, or too quickly. Maybe the most I would do is try to slow down your breathing a little bit. I also like to count my breaths at the same time in order for me to fully focus on it and not think about anything else. And most of the time, I can't even count to 10 breaths before I actually fall asleep. The second exercise you want to try is a body scan. This again is a pretty common exercise, you might have heard of it, where what you do is you close your eyes and you focus on the sensation of different parts of your body, starting from either the top of your head or the soles of your feet, and slowly moving up, feeling fully the physical sensations of your body. I usually start with the toes on my feet. I focus on the sensation of them. Then I move on to the soles of my feet, then the heels, feeling the sensations of them against my bed sheets, and progressing upwards. This is a way for you to focus your mind on how you're feeling physically and to get away from those anxious thoughts. The third thing you could try to do is actually to open your eyes and to just stare into the darkness in your room. This has 2 different benefits. The first benefit is that it might help to stop the chatter in your mind. A lot of times when we close our eyes, our brain becomes more active in imagining things and just thinking about random thoughts. But once you open your eyes, those thoughts float away and you end up with more rational, logical thoughts. Your brain's taking signals from your eyes. Obviously, you're not seeing much, so the brain would likely slow down when you just open your eyes in the dark, and in turn, you'll feel more calm and relaxed. The second benefit is that usually when you try to open your eyes, you won't be able to. People who experience insomnia in these situations were usually already pretty tired. When we force our eyes open for more than a few seconds, you'll feel that fatigue a lot more. And paradoxically, when you try to open your eyes and try to stay awake, you might actually end up falling asleep. The fourth thing you want to do is to get out of your bed, go somewhere else, and do something else more calming. A lot of times when you're just feeling super frustrated in your bed, it's not going to help you to stay there. Instead, what you want to do is just go into the kitchen, maybe grab a drink of water, or go into the living room and sit on the couch and read something calming. Obviously, you don't want to do any activities that's super excitable, but just do something else that doesn't involve thinking and ruminating about your lack of sleep. This will also interrupt the association between your bed and sleeplessness, which is helpful for your sleep anxiety. And finally, the fifth thing you want to try is just to switch up your position in your bed. So similar to the last tip, this is also supposed to help you interrupt your association between your bed and sleeplessness. You could try sitting up or propping another pillow underneath your pillow to feel a little more elevated. Or a lot of people also try like switching around and sleeping where their feet were. And even this slight change in environment could help you get out of that frustrated mindset. Also, sometimes feeling a little bit of physical discomfort in your body when you're trying to sleep could activate the sensation of fatigue and sleepiness, and that could in turn help you fall asleep. So that's it. Those are my tips for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then please give these tips a try next time you're anxious in bed, and I really hope they could help. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a restful sleep tonight. Bye.